Hi everybody, and welcome to the Sock Witchery podcast. My name is Lindsay and I'm coming to you from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, where I live with my husband Colin and our cat Gigi. You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, and YouTube as Sock Witchery. This is episode 4. So if you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back to hang out, and if you are new, thanks for coming to check out my channel. I did take a tiny extra week hiatus between episodes 3 and 4, but I promise it's worth it because I have lots of whips to show you. And what I meant to say was I have lots of FOs to show you. It's been so long since I've had an FO, I keep saying whip. I have a lot of FOs to show you. I have some sock whips to show you. I have some sweater whips to show you. And then I have some acquisitions, and we'll talk about some life stuff. That's our general outline for every episode. Yeah. So should we start with sock FOs first? I have a whole box of them on the floor right here next to me. I'm just gonna take me a minute because I have to put them on blockers in between each one, so bear with me. First one though is already on the blocker. You've seen one of these, but now we have two. This is Hey You're Crazy Witch by Pretty Twisted Yarns, who is Teresa. This is my string of lights pattern. I did a black contrast for heel and toe, just did a normal cuff. These are a little shorter than I normally make my socks, and I'm excited to wear these. I'm really happy with how String of Lights comes out in self-striping yarn. You're gonna notice there's a lot of String of Lights happening as FOs, but I have some other stuff cast on to show you when we get to whips. But yeah, these are awesome. So that's pair number 1. These qualify for camp, yay. So that's my first pair of camp socks. Summer Sock Camp, in case you don't know, is in the Crazy Sock Lady Ravelry group. It's been going on since June, and it ends at the end of August. It is July 30th today, so we'll have a whole other month of sock camp left. So hopefully a lot of these whips over here will go into this box, which are FOs. Almost all these but one qualify for sock camp. So Hey You're Crazy Witch, pair 1. This next pair does not qualify for camp because I started these in March, February. We hadn't moved yet. So that's how long these sat. I did unearth some of my non-camp projects because I feel this need to clear the needles. So I've been actually pretty good about not casting on a ton of new stuff. I say that and then I'll show you my whips and you'll be like, Lindsay, there's a ton of new stuff in there, so I don't know what you're talking about. But next FO. Fangorn Forest by Bumblebee Acres Farm in my string of lights. This was the Tour de Tolkien colorway for February of 2019. Micro striped up, pretty cool. I like the pooling on each one. Don't know if I said on the last one, but these were done on a US 1 2.25 millimeter on Magic Loop 32-inch cable. This is on their Corriedale base, out of practice, clearly. This is on their Coquette base, which is their Corriedale nylon blend. So the next 3 are actually gonna be on Corriedale nylon, AKA Coquette. Can't even make the excuse of oh, I just finished school. No, I have a month left of break and then I go back to work. I need to go back to work. As much as I enjoy all my knitting time, my routine is missing and I need to go back to work. So, pair number 2. Pair number 3. I had promised that I would have this pair done by the time I podcasted next, and I actually kept my promise this time. You've seen these, I think, pretty much on every episode. There might have been one episode where I left them off because they hadn't gotten a lot of love, but they are done now. Okay. This is Haku by Bumblebee Acres Farm, again in the String of Lights pattern, which is available on my Ravelry Shop. The link is down below. Yay. The camera makes it a little hard to see the color, and I couldn't even get these to photograph to show them justice, but there's pink and purple and gray in these white sections, and then this really cool speckly teal. I loved this teal a lot. So that's Haku, String of Lights, Coquette base, Bumblebee Acres Farm. You see I have my fancy ones over here. Those are my Sock Witchery specific ones. I can't use them sometimes because I almost broke part of it. I have to wiggle it back together because I do what I'm doing now, which is where I'm trying to pull both socks off at once and they get stuck. And I kind of snapped something. It didn't break off, it's just fragile, so I don't use that. Okay, next up, I don't know if I talked about these on the last episode because these were originally cast on for Sock Week, which was Knitty Natty's Shark Week knit along. The goal was to knit one adult sock during Shark Week. I knit it in about 2 days and then never knit the second one. So they're done now though. They were finished, I believe, last week. These are super fun. I can't wait to show you these. I showed this to you in the skein. I don't think I showed them to you as a knitted up sock. This is Cookies and Cream with Sprinkles by Bumblebee Acres Farm. Super cool. Like, it's not white, it's definitely like a cream. And then it's got the black for the cookie and then these awesome rainbow speckles. Again, string of lights, US 1. Oh, 64 stitches. I do a medium size sock. I have big long feet, but I have medium size circumference feet. So those I got done. Those are like, this is the quickest pair I've done all summer. I whipped those out in about a week. I think it took me a week total. Like from when I finished this first one. No, I did not finish both of them for Sock Week. I finished one, but they're done now. I'm excited for it to get colder because I haven't worn a single pair of socks since June. I don't think since school ended, maybe. I've put one pair on since then, but they're all clean. Like every pair of socks I've made and own is clean, which is a big feat. Okay, next up. This is not String of Lights. You're shocked, I can tell. Your silence. I'm just kidding, I'm a dork, it's okay. All right. So I started these in June and then got them wrapped up. I worked on one of them when we went to see Black Widow in the theaters a couple weeks ago. I got kind of nasty ladders, which I don't normally get, but because it's a lighter weight yarn, yeah, I got some ladders. I don't know why. It's not gonna bother me. I don't really care all that much, and when I wash them, it'll kind of go away. But these are Poison Apple by the Lemonade Shop. Look how cool those heels striped when you did the heel turn. Yeah. This is Vanilla Socks on Magic Loop by Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady. These all qualify for camp. Yeah, just heel flap gusset, normal wedge toe, just vanilla socks. Yeah. So yeah, you can kind of see, and I know I'm not really pointing out my imperfection. I'm just showing you that as much as I knit socks, I still have like ladder issues and stuff sometimes. So these are done. It's my second pair of vanilla socks for the summer. I have to cast on one for August and then I'll have one for each month. Because I think I said this in a previous podcast, I don't do a ton of vanilla socks, and I'm trying to do like one pair a month, so I have a few more. And then, last in our FO parade, hold on a sec. Okay, that'll be better. I blow out the camera because I'm so pale. I even have like a tan right now, and I have a tan. I have freckles, but I blow out the camera a little bit. All right, lastly, I started these 4th of July weekend. I believe I talked about these on the last episode, but now they're all done. I really, really love how these turned out. Okay, make it nice and pretty. All right. This is the Lindsay song colorway from Olive and 2U, which I got at the Nitty Gritty shop here in Fond du Lac. String of lights, really cool stripy heel turn. And then I love how the toes, I like when they bullseye like that. I think I get a big kick out of it. The first one, or this one didn't do it as much as this one did. But this is, I'm so sorry, I forgot to mention the bases after I was done with the Bumblebee Acre socks. The last one and these are both a 75-25 merino nylon, which I am really having like a love affair with at the moment. Yeah, again, 64 stitches, my medium size on my pattern, Magic Loop, US 1, 2.25 millimeter needle. And those are my FOs. See, I had actually some. All right, so those are all in their box. No one has asked. I'm gonna show you anyway. This is how I store a lot of, oh, these are not 2017, it's an old box. This is how I store a lot of my socks. not this messy, I rolled them up nicely. But I have a really large box from Home Goods with a flap, and then I have lots of little photo boxes. You can fit about 12 in a photo box from Michael's, Joann's, wherever you can hunt these down. And this was my originally my 2017 box of socks. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, this is box 5 photo box size like this. And yeah, it was, the reason I know you can fit 12 is because it was originally my box of socks when I was only shooting to do 12 pairs a year. That's so long ago. All right, so those are all my FOs. I'm gonna put the box and actually no, I'm gonna keep one blocker because some of these that I'm gonna show you actually have a first sock done. All right, so first up, we'll talk about this bad boy. Living in my Kingdom Hearts bag from Fate's Thread on some Chow Goose. They're popping up out of the top here. I'm not gonna show you the progress on the second one because I just started it like right this morning, so I have like 4 rows of ribbing done. And you'll get the idea what they look like from this sock, so. All right, so this is one finished safety dance sock. I can't even show you this color. It's so bright. It's like traffic cone orange with these really cool rainbow stripes. These are incredible. I don't know why it's taking me so long to get them done. I really love them, but sometimes when it's warmer, coquette gets a little hard to work with if you're trying to do it like outside. I mostly inside in the air conditioning, but still, it's not always the most agreeable to work with. I love how the heel did this. They're so cool. So yeah, these definitely will be done by the next time I podcast. So that's Safety Dance by Bumblebee Acres on their coquette base, Corriedale, nylon, Chow Goo, red lace, size 1 US. No, size 1, 2.25 millimeter Fate's Thread bag. All right, next, that one qualifies for camp. This one does not. These I started, oh geez, February, March. The move kind of put some stuff into, the move and camp put some stuff in like deep hibernation mode, so. Oh, and I stabbed these with my other needle. Okay, so living in my Hobbit bag. I can't remember who made this. I don't know if there's a tag. Hold on. Tag. This is by Sweet Serendipity 37 on Etsy. It's not Lord of the Rings, it's The Hobbit. So you've got Smaug and the barrels and the dwarves and Bilbo right here. I really love the fabric on this bag. So living in here is a Tolkien related sock. It's not Lord of the Rings. No, it's not The Hobbit. It's Lord of the Rings, but I use the bags interchangeably because I can. This is, again, String of Lights on Bumblebee Acres Coquette Base, Corriedale Nylon. And this is Horn of Gondor. This color premiered at Virtual Rhinebeck last year and I missed it and I had to wait till they restocked it, but I have it now. It's got these really gorgeous like coppery oranges and crimson reds, and there's some gray and cream in there. Yeah, I like these a lot. So I have this one done and I have almost the ribbing done on the second one. So hopefully these two will be done by the next time we speak on the podcast. All right, next up, living in my Summer Sock Camp bag by Vita of So Crazy Crafter with my Summer Sock Camp 2020 and 2021 pins I don't need my blocker for this because I don't have a second sock, I said one. But this is my Salem sock by Dragon Hoard Yarn on her, I can't remember what her sparkly base is called, and I don't know if I have the tag in here. Oh, I do. This is on her Sprite Bronze Stellina base. I got this during Virtual Maryland Sheep and Wool last year. She was doing some virtual show when I bought this. Here it is in the cake. The camera's not really picking up the sparkle. It is a little bit. And I'm actually doing my second breakfast pattern on these. So I have found that specific bases really like specific patterns, at least for me personally, because I'm kind of odd like that, but that's okay. And when it's a 2-ply like this and it's a rounder ply, I feel that second breakfast turns out really nicely and they're nice and squishy. This is a very old, Progress Keeper from Lindsay of Simply Serving, but she has similar ones in her shop right now, actually, with her Halloween, pre-Halloween Christmas update. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be a little further on these next time we speak. I don't know if they'll be done, but I'll be further. Cast those on while we were watching. We bought on eBay, we bought the Shining miniseries from the 90s and we watched that. So I worked on, I think I finished a sock and then I worked on these while we watched that because it's like 4 or 5 hours, I think. It's 3 discs, like with an episode per disc. Anyway, you're not here. We're not here to talk about that. All right, next up, living in a very festive, very fall bag by Lindsay of Simply Serving. I honestly don't think she's made these in several years now, but I always really liked these. Has a cute handle. I think she called these the takeout bags, and it snaps closed and it's got 3 openings. So one here, one in the middle, and one on this side. And it's nice because it's secure. You can pull your yarn up through it, like when you're out in public knitting. And yeah, I really like it. I have this and a Christmas one. So again, not again, I had another pair like this, but on Olive and 2U's Twain Base. This is the Pumpkin Spice Latte colorway. It's that time. Oh, this is gorgeous. I want to call this a taupe with some very fall speckles. And I'm not far. I'm a tiny ribbing in. But, oh, Gigi must have been near me while I was working on these. It's just tiny ribbing. But I think these are going to turn out really cool. I'll hopefully have more to show you on that later. Oh, and this friend needs to actually come back here for later. Talk about that in a minute. All right. I guess I didn't really need to show you those. They're not very far. I just cast them on yesterday. I was talking to Kay, and I was like, I'm going to cast on a new sock, even though I was trying to promise myself I wouldn't cast on anything new until Sunday, which is the 1st. I was trying to get as much stuff as I could finished, and tiny transgression. It's not the end of the world. They'll get done. All right, and then I posted about these on Instagram. These are going to be my Olympic socks. So living in a Fates thread bag, I picked my Pokemon bag since the Olympics are in Japan, and that is where Pokemon began, was in Japan. I felt that was appropriate. These are my Honeybee Kisses socks. This is from Dynasty Fibers on their Scanson base, which is merino, nylon, and bamboo. Talked about this when I bought it, and I finally cast it on. And I'm also doing my second breakfast pattern in this. Now, someone was kind enough to like give me the heads up that bamboo is not as stretchy as like nylon is in a sock yarn. But thankfully, because I think there's a little bit of nylon in here, these are gonna be just fine. They might be a little more snug than normal, but I think they're gonna be great. Second breakfast pattern. This one comes in a lot of sizes. I think I have 5 or 6 sizes of this. This is the size 64, so medium, adult medium. Again, US 1, 2.25 millimeter, magic loop. All of these are actually on ChowGoose right now, because I don't think I have any Addies that I showed you. I have more whips, I just didn't bring them up because you don't need to see every single sock I'm working on because it's not as interesting. Okay. Sweater whips. Okay, this first one I might butcher the name of. It's Isabell Kraemer. It might be German. It might not be. I'm gonna put the name, like I might, if I remember, I'll put the name right here. It's called the Mariechen. It's spelled M-A-R-I-E-C-H-E-N as one word. Living in my, oh gosh, who did I always forget? Twisted yarn and fiber Star Wars bag that I bought for May the 4th last year. On my Fox Hill Farms Cormo DK. This is the Morit colorway. And this is a cardigan. As we've talked about, I've been on a big, and of course I'm in the middle of a row. And I can't finish this because it has a chart and I need it. I'm in the middle of a row. But I started this the other day because again, I'm on a big cardigan kick. And I've had this yarn in my stash since Rhinebeck 2019. This was my bucket list purchase, and it's just nothing has been right for this yarn. I have struggled very much to find the correct pattern, and I think, knock wood, that this is the one. So it's just got detail on the front. It's got this mock cable and this leaf lace motif, or kind of leafy. It's more chevrons, I guess. And then it's gonna have, I'm working on it, it's got a double seed stitch section, and then the front, or the arms and back are just stockinette. So I started this not that long ago, chugged through that. Oh, I bought the cutest buttons for it too. I'll show them to you when they get here. Because it's such a basic, just neutral color, I thought it'd be fun to have fun buttons. So I will show you the fun buttons when they get here. All right, so that's a baby whip. The next couple, the one you've seen. So we'll talk about my not Nor'easter. This is my Dark and Stormy. Talked about this before. I don't know how much further I am than I was the last time I showed it to you. Gone through several balls of yarn, I know that. So that's good. So I am past my sleeve split, working on the body. Here's the back. So I think I was at the pumpkin spice last time I showed. Again, I'm in the middle of a row. I keep getting distracted by other things. There's the cable on the back, and then we've also got this twist cable running up the front. So I'm about just over 5 inches from the sleeve split. I believe the body is a grand total of 16, so 14 for the body and then another 2 for the ribbing. So, and what's good is the sleeves on this are just stockinette. So once I get this done, the body done, meaning it's just sleeves and then shawl collar. So it'll be fun. Yeah, I'll hopefully get a little more progress on this before I show it to you next time. I don't know if you saw this on my Instagram stories. I poke my cable needles just everywhere in my head. If my hair is up in a bun, they go in there. Otherwise, they go behind my ear. And I forget they're there and then go out in public like that. I've been doing that since college. Yeah. Oh, living in my Celeste bag from Emily of Fangirl Fibers. I have more Fangirl Fiber stuff to talk to you about in a little bit here too with my acquisitions. There you go. Okay. My ball got loose and it's over here. So I just threw that over there. And then this delightful friend you have not seen. Because I was not as far as I am now when I was going to show it to you. But this is living in another Fangirl Fibers bag. This is not the appropriately sized bag for this. This is my Disney popcorn bucket bag. Yay. It's so fun. I've been spending a lot of the summer, or last couple weeks, watching Disney vloggers because I haven't been in 5 years. It was 5 years this last spring, and we're hopefully going at spring break this next school year. This is out of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Superwash in the Dove Heather colorway. This was gifted to me by my lovely friend Emily of Fangirl Fibers. So on here, I'm in the middle of a row. Okay, so I'll show you what I have done so far. So this one is one of those ones where you start on the sleeves. So I have 2 sleeves. I knit one of these while reading all of Dash and Lily's Book of Dares in like a day. So I've got these 2 sleeves, just plain stockinette sleeves, really nice 1x1 squishy rib. I've got 2 pockets, super exciting. Pockets, oops, backwards, pockets. And then here is the body. Okay, now I'm not like super in the middle of a row, I'm just past like the button band. So it has a built-in button band, so I won't have to go back and pick it up later. I've got 3 buttonholes. I'm doing the 1 row buttonhole. I use Old Teague for that. Super easy. I highly recommend it. It's much better. I used to do like the one with the yarn. Yeah, no, these are way better. And then here is the crowning glory of this one. Oh, look, a cable needle stuck in it. The crowning glory of this is this awesome panel on the back. And I like Thea Colman. Sorry, this is the Nor'easter by Thea Colman. The last one was Dark and Stormy by Thea Colman. They're both in the show notes down below. I like that she does fancy ribbing for the cable panels, so it's not just stockinette, or like stockinette, just normal ribbing. This one's a lot more involved than the Dark and Stormy cable. It's got this one, and then this is one whole chart. The other one is just the one chart. I think this one's gonna be my Rhinebeck cardigan. And I think the Dark and Stormy is gonna be the Wisconsin sheep and wool cardigan. It's gonna depend on what weather's doing in reality, but this one, I literally just have to get the body to the right length. I'm close. And then add the sleeves and then go up and then collar. So these will most likely not be done until closer to those festivals. So Wisconsin sheep and wool is the weekend after Labor Day, which is why I think that dark and stormy will be better because I'll know I'll get it done hopefully in time. And then Rhinebeck is the weekend of the 17th of October, I believe, in Rhinebeck, New York at the Dutchess County Fairgrounds. I am just going on Saturday because our flight leaves too early on Sunday for me to go on Sunday. And we couldn't get weekend passes this year, and yeah. So Rhinebeck trip, there's stuff going on with our flights too. We're not gonna get there till very late on Friday, and hopefully that changes because originally we were supposed to leave at like 9:30 in the morning on Friday, and now we're not leaving until like 2:30 in the afternoon. So everyone cross your fingers that that changes because I don't want to miss all day Friday. I have dinners and friends to see. Okay, that's it for whips. Yay. Okay, you want to talk about some acquisitions? Let's talk about some acquisitions. So, what should we start with? Let's start with Progress Keepers. So, I've purchased a few. Hold on. Let me come back to you so you can actually hear me. I've purchased some more Progress Keepers from Pitter Patter Polymer. These did not come together. I bought them as separate purchases, but put them on the same card. Tiny pumpkin spice latte. It's got the tiniest, I wish I could get this. Hold on, fumble moment. There we go. Let me get a good grip on him. He has the tiniest, teensy weensy, tiniest little face. He's blurry. He has a tiny little face. In this cute little plaid cup and saucer. And then I had to get this. It's a snail wearing a witch hat, and he's sparkly, and then his shell is a bubbling cauldron. So how could Sock Witchery not have a snail witch Progress Keeper? So those are my new Progress Keepers. So I meant to say, if you're not here for the acquisitions part and you just wanted to, and the life stuff, and you just wanted to see my knitting progress, that part is done. And now it's just talking about stuff that has come in the mail and then me rambling a little bit about life. So if that's not your jam, thanks for coming to check me out, and I'll see you next time. Oh, my cable needle's still in my hair. Please hold. There we go. All right, new progress. One set of new Progress Keepers. I also got, okay, so the holder that these are on did not come with this set. I just want to be very clear about that. This was from an advent calendar from last year from Emily of Fangirl Fibers. She makes the cutest wooden, she has some acrylic ones too, but a lot of wooden, like, Progress Keepers. Also stitch markers, but I like Progress Keepers. This is the Disney snack set. So the castle is not from the snack set. That is from my advent calendar. Also, this one is not part of the set. I just have it in there. But yeah, all these Mickey-shaped snacks. We've got a churro and an apple, and I'm not going to show you every single one because there's a ton. This one says Disney calories don't count. Got some cotton candy. It's got all the classic ones, so like Mickey Waffle, Mickey Premium Bar, which is the chocolate Mickey ice cream bar. There's a churro on there, there's popcorn on there. A lot of these are on things, so they're not here in the set. But I believe these are in our shop right now. You should go check them out. All of her Progress Keepers are awesome because they're really light, so they don't weigh your projects down. And they're small and unobtrusive. So, and they smell really good when you first get them because she has burned them with her wood burner. And they, yeah, it's a good smell. Okay, put these up here. Okay, let's talk about, I got a new project bag. I had the card to this somewhere and now it is missing, but I have the tag on it. So this is from Stitching Plaza. We have a Disney theme going on right now. This is Mickey Mouse heads as all the Disney princesses. And this is Stitching Plaza. It's right here. She has just recently started making bags again. I actually found her via Teresa of the Pretty Twisted Yarns podcast. It's drawstring. It's got this really cute polka dot lining. And it's like just a little bit bigger than socks. Like you could fit 2 skeins, 200 gram skeins in here. Like if you were doing like a contrast yellow toe with a big, not a big mini, but 2, or like a stripy pair of socks or something like that. It would fit in here great. I really like it. And it's a good, nice drawstring. Nice long, sturdy fabric. Drawstrings. New bag. All right, I think we're on yarn now. I've gotten new needles, but you don't need to know. about those. It's just more trousers. Okay, let's start with, I believe she has, she did. She revealed this one, so this is not a spoiler for anybody, but if you did not get your wool and vinyl emo and alternative club for July, look away. In 3, 2, 1. You've been warned. Wool and vinyl. Classic rock sock, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards to 100 grams. This is Ocean Avenue. And once again, it came and I started singing it like for 2 days. I was reading her her Instagram post about this. She used 5 different colors and used a turkey baster to put the colors on. And it's supposed to be kind of like cotton candy sunset colors, and I love this. I gotta get going on working through my collection of these because I love all the colors. I just want them as socks now. So, Ocean Avenue by Wool and Vinyl. She also is going to release the club colors after a certain period of time, so if you really liked one of the ones I showed you, check her website or her Instagram, and she should let the public know when those are available. Then I ordered from Legacy Fiber Arts for the first time. I had some money burning a hole in my pocket, and I decided who's a dyer I've never ordered from that I know people really like, and so I did Sue and Chelsea of Legacy Fiber Arts, and I got a sock set. This is their steel toes sock kit. So 4-ply fingering weight, 75-25 superwash merino nylon, 463 yards to 100 grams on the big skein, and then a 20-gram mini. This is the Kirk sock set. So this is a fairly popular set, I believe, because I've seen several other people who have had this, and I love it. Kirk is one of my favorite characters on Gilmore Girls, so I was very excited to procure this. Do you know how hard it's been, too? Because I haven't podcasted. This has all just been sitting here waiting for me to podcast so I could knit it. So, yay, Legacy Fiber Arts. This will not be my last sock set from them, I can tell you that right now. Okay, and then I went on an excursion with my friend Karen. Hey Karen, if you're watching, she came to visit. She lives about an hour and a half away from me, and we're both teachers and we're both on break, so she came down to hang out and, you know, knit and do some yarn shopping. So I took her to the Nitty Gritty shop here in Fond du Lac, and I got another skein of Dynasty's Wisconsin base. This is, like I said, this is 60 merino, 30 nylon, 10 bamboo, 434 yards, 100 grams. This colorway is called Ope. So here in, I'm gonna say Wisconsin because that's where I live, but it's also kind of a Midwestern thing. It's what we say when it's like, oh, sorry, excuse me, oh, sorry, you're in your way, oh. Say it so much. If you've never looked up the Manitowoc Minute, you should. Charlie Barron's is hysterical, and it is very quintessential what it's like to live in Wisconsin and the Midwest. It's very funny. So this is part of that collection, and it's called oh, excuse me. She's got a couple of in this set coming, and this is more of a gradient, I guess, is what I was told when I bought it. It's very pretty. Pinks and purples, and I'm excited to knit this up. I have to finish the Olympics Honeybee Kisses socks first before I can cast this on, but I also got on that trip the pumpkin spice latte olive and to you, but I was excited and had to cast that on, so got those two on that trip. And then lastly, I think that's everything. I'm pretty sure that's everything. I got some yarn from Retold Yarn. She is based in Colorado. She's on Etsy. Says Megan Brown Yarn Enabler on the tag. And I got 2 skeins on her, oh gosh, does it say Platinum Sock, which is 75-25 merino nylon, 463 yards to 4 ounces or 115 grams. I got 2 colors from her. I got Sincerely Yours, The Breakfast Club, which is getting a little blown out, but it's very neon and very appropriately named. I love John Hughes movies. I love 80s movies, so oddly enough, Breakfast Club is not one of my favorites. Pretty in Pink is my favorite John Hughes movie, and my all-time favorite 80s movie is St. Elmo's Fire. I also love Mannequin. I love anything with Andrew McCarthy in it. So that's Sincerely Yours, The Breakfast Club. Here's her tag. Lakewood, Colorado. And then continuing on the Disney theme, I got this colorway, which is called You Were My New Dream, which is from Tangled, which is my favorite Disney movie. Disney animated movie. So this is Flynn Rider inspired. She also has spinning fiber of this that I might need to snag. But yeah, I'm excited to get this knit up too. Okay, that's a lot of stuff I've talked about. I haven't even rambled that much. I'm proud of myself. Yeah, so that's it for fiber related content. If you were sticking around for acquisitions and not life stuff, thanks for hanging out. Let's see, what have we been doing? We haven't been home. We've been at the lake a lot. We talked about that like right after the 4th of July. But yeah, been at the lake a lot. That's starting to wind down because in Wisconsin, summer is done pretty much in July. It's been really warm here. We did have a tornado warning. 2 nights ago, it was Tuesday. What's today? Friday. Wednesday night at about 11:15, our sirens went off and down in the basement we went, but Fond du Lac was okay. The towns around us did get some storm damage and that's not good. And yeah, there was a big nasty storm system. Everyone in my Wisconsin-based family had to go in the basement at some point that night. Yeah, weathering podcast, keeping up that Amy Florence tradition. Yeah, otherwise I've just been knitting, enjoying my summer break, watching a lot of YouTube, reading. I've been reading. I finally finished The Hobbit. I've been reading it for a really long time. I've read Lord of the Rings like 2 or 3 times. Had never read The Hobbit. Just could not get through it, but this time I did, so I got through The Hobbit. I've been reading, I read And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. I've been working on, Stephen King has a new book coming out this next week, so I'll work on that. Just been, yeah, working my way through his library on that. Yeah, reading, watching. That's pretty much it. I got a new Disney shirt. It's Pirates of the Caribbean. So you can see there's Captain Jack and Red, who's one of the pirates in the ride, who I'm a big fan of. That's kind of it for life stuff. School's gonna start here. It's, like I said, it's July 30th. School starts, in services in about 3 weeks. Oh, my birthday's, my birthday is coming up next month. I'm not expecting much for my birthday because my Rhinebeck trip is my birthday gift, and that's kind of been a standard thing since we started going, so that's fun. Oh! We had our 2nd wedding anniversary. That was excellent if you saw my Instagram stories. So Colin and I are not, like, I'm not a jewelry girl for, like, anniversary gifts, but he got me a Mighty Ducks hockey jersey with my name, both my last names, and the number 17 because it's my birthday on the back. And I love it, and I can't wait for, again, it to cool off so I can wear it obsessively, but that was awesome. And then he got me a new Stephen King book because that's, we give each other books as like a gift-giving tradition. Yeah, that's all I got. That was a little rambly there at the end, but again, thanks for coming to check me out. I hope you saw some stuff that you enjoyed, and yeah. Awkward ending time. Yay. And with that, I'm gonna go, and I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Bye.